Well, 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 would you get a load of this? Out of love, out of defiance, and dare I say out of curiosity, I'm finally stepping out of my comfort zone and sewing something for somebody who isn't me. Now, the person in question is none other than my own fiancée, which just really goes to show how high a bar this was to clear. Previously, you've had to be an adorable little niece or nephew to make the cut, but my fiancée is also quite adorable, so it's all good. Now, the whole I hate sewing for other people thing is a dead horse I've flogged to a quite indecent extent now. Most recently last week, when I managed to work out how to be a selflessly selfish sewist. But I did then start to feel a little bit sheepish about my self-serving ways, not least because I think I'm in the minority here. From what I can tell, you are all actually really nice and would gladly sew for perfect strangers if it meant having something to sew at all. Now, my fiancée, bless her, has even less time to sew than I do and has had this pattern waiting to go for a couple of months now. We cut it out, we prepared all the pieces, really the only thing she lacked was the spare time to put them together. But I had my free sewing day today and it just seemed like the right thing to do. So here I am, biting the bullet, and since it will probably take me all day to finish this, if I can finish it at all, I thought I'd muse in the meantime on the pros and cons of sewing for other people. First though, a quick word about it, which in this case is the Paynter jacket by Merchant & Mills. It's a unisex workwear jacket with such exciting frills as pleated cargo pockets, a button placket, elbow patches, and about 400 adorable little button tabs. And I'm making it using this lovely mid-weight grey wool fabric from a shop called Ray Stitch in London. Incidentally, in case it's not clear, this isn't a tutorial. I mean, obviously it'd be unethical to make a tutorial on something I've never made myself before, right? And again, it's unisex, and we're going for a size that will probably be a bit boxy on her, but fit me quite snugly, which is to say, I might be tempted to wear it every now and again. In the interests of this selfless exercise, I pledge right now to do my darndest to resist the urge. Anyway, pros and cons. Let's go with 5 each, and we'll start with the cons. I wonder if this is going to seem more like I'm playing devil's advocate or like I'm just actually that mean. Who knows? Number 1, sewing can be very time consuming, and as we know, there's no resource more valuable than time. It can be hard enough in the modern world to carve out enough me time to sew, and it can easily feel like the time required to do it is a disproportionately valuable gift when offered to somebody else. Number 2, related. Even at the best of times, it can be way too easy to tire of a sewing project. You don't want someone else's dungarees clogging up your cupboard, and you definitely don't want that horrible pressure of absolutely having to finish, come what may. Number 3, related. Materials can be expensive. Now, you might think that a little sewn item as a gift for a friend is a good way of offering something personal without breaking the bank. Only once you've actually stocked up on all the random little notions you need to get the job done, the bank, I'm afraid, is a big pile of rubble and bullion. Number 4, speaks for itself. You are you, and they are them. You're not going to get to wear those new dungarees, they are. Call that fair? Not on your life. And number 5, and this is the one that really sticks in the craw, is that the people you sew things for just rarely understand the struggle that went into them. Especially if they don't sew themselves, which in this scenario is pretty likely, they'll probably lack a frame of reference to appreciate your generously donated masterpieces. And that, my friends, is undiluted ingratitude fuel. Okay, well, that was a pretty dispiriting exercise. I can't deny it though, these are all thoughts which have, at some point or another, existed in my head. But I'm sorry to say that I'm not in fact that evil, or at least not quite. I refuse to accept that the path to sewing enlightenment is a selfish one, so let's take a chill pill and talk about the pros. Number 1, sewing is fun, or else you wouldn't do it. There's no reason why you can't enjoy the process of making something for somebody else. The new techniques learned, the same old satisfaction of a job well done, or even just, you know, done. Number 2, expanding on that, sewing for others is a great way to make new discoveries and get outside of your comfort zone. It might be that sewing those dungarees reveals a brand new method that you'll soon be unable to live without. Or perhaps a new pattern will help you better understand an overarching fit issue. Number 3, about those resources. As I whinged last week, if you sew long enough, you're probably going to run out of things to make for yourself. Which also means you'll run out of supplies to buy for yourself. Now, since we all love sewing, and those of us who love sewing usually love shopping for sewing supplies, you can think of sewing for others as a sort of lifeline for when you just can't stand to make yourself that 11th pair of jeans. Number 4, in which I will sound either like an anthropologist or a youth pastor or perhaps just a really terrible therapist. The true value, the ineffable beauty of a gift, lies in parting with something meaningful without expecting a tangible reward. Obviously, it's possible to be unreasonably generous, but if you let yourself get too transactional in your relationships, then I think you lose sight of what makes them special in the first place. Namely, mutual distrust. Mutual goodwill. And number 5, the best one, the prize piggy in her wallow. 99 out of 100 people are actually extremely grateful to receive something home sewn. Even if they never will comprehend just how much of you died when you realise you'd sewn the legs on backwards, people almost always appreciate the specialness of the effort in a general sense. And if you're lucky, you'll get to witness the look on their face as they first put it on, or have them tell you about all the friends who've asked them where they can buy one too. Yeah, the more I think about it, seems like a pretty good deal, eh? That said, I'm not doing this again anytime soon. My word. Wait a minute. Oh, for goodness sake. No buttons.